Boys, today marks the first year anniversary of CS2, but unlike a normal anniversary where people are kinda celebrating, in this case people are actually really mad. Even when I was playing a lot of CS like 5 or 6 years ago, everybody kept asking, when will CS finally switch to Source 2 like they did with Dota? Well, that day finally came in last year when Valve released CS2 to the public. The hype was insane. Valve advertised the new sub-tick system, which was supposed to be even better than the 128 tick rate we were used to on platforms like Faceit and ESEA. Even the skin gambling addicts were pumped about how their shiny new skins looked in the game, and everybody overall was kinda happy. Well, that happiness didn't last long. Now, right off the bat when you first load into CS2, two major issues hit you. First, your movement and inputs feel like crap, and second, the game runs horribly. I recorded this video on a dual PC setup with a high-end gaming rig, and I was still dropping down to like 120 FPS on some maps. The game just feels terrible, but unless you're like a maniac with a ton of cash to buy the latest gear, you can't really do much. That alone killed half the player base right off the bat. Now, if you're familiar with CS, you know that a lot of kids and even older guys still play it. But most of them don't really want to spend a lot of money on a new gaming PC just to play CS once in a blue moon. So basically they're just forced to never play the game again. Now, if for some reason they continue to play the game, they're faced with the next problem: cheaters and bugs. Legit, if you search for CS2 content on YouTube, 80% of the top videos are about cheaters. Know your anti-cheat is bad when your top leaderboard has empty slots because the cheaters that held those spots were banned. And if you're still sticking with the game despite that, you're hit with bugs. Teleporting issues, hit registration problems, dying around the corners without even seeing who shot at you, and the list goes on. Now you might be thinking, Kimmy, but Valve will eventually fix this, right? Sure, they already fixed some issues, cheaters are getting banned faster now, and it seems like they're trying to get a handle on it. But players are also mad about the lack of new content. The last operation was Operation Riptide, and that dropped back in 2021. Since then, nothing. Imagine if Riot released a new agent and a battle pass once every 3 years. That would kill Valorant instantly, but CS players, they're still hanging on it because they kinda love the game. As the time I'm recording this video, there's still no announcement about a new operation or any significant content updates. Now CS2 still has potential, but Valve needs to address core issues like optimization and bug fixes before it can compete with its predecessor. Yeah, you could argue that the game still has a large player base logging in every day, but from my own experience, half the people on my friend list are only hopping in on the game just to collect their free weekly stuff and open some cases. Because at this point the entire game is being carried by cases and the esports scene. And we can again put the blame for that on Valve. Valve's heavy focus on the esports scene has alienated the casual player base. Basically, no one is playing the game just for the sake of playing CS. The game has shifted long ago from variety and creativity that used to make it fun for everyone. Nowadays, if you don't play Premier or competitive, you're legit just wasting your time. Now, let's go to the real thing. What score should I give CS on the FPS tier list? A solid 7 out of 10. I mean, it's still CS at the end of the day, but it's nowhere near the 9.5 out of 10 that CSGO had. And that's it, boys. Now check out the other video and subscribe because 0% of you are subscribed.
Arrivederci.